Now to the Pentagon, where officials are slamming the left-wing, biased, and unfair Washington Post for publishing sensitive details of Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth's family and security detail. The outlet claimed that the agency tasked with protecting Defense Department leaders is under significant strain, and the secretary's atypical needs are becoming untenable. The outlet went so far as to name the whereabouts of individuals in Hegseth's family, including his ex-wife and his children, opening them up, of course, to potential threats, which, given the conduct of leftists lately, is pretty much on brand, but equally dangerous and unacceptable. Let's bring in Pentagon Press Secretary Kingsley Wilson. Kingsley, thank you so much for joining. We all get the biased press opposes everything Trump, everything that's pro-American, everything that's pro-freedom promoting. I get it. But when press outlets, even diminishing brands like the Washington Post, when they start putting lives on the line, isn't that a step too far?
Absolutely, and thanks for having me, Chris. Listen, this isn't journalism. This is a national security threat. We attempted to get the Washington Post to remove sensitive details about Secretary Hegseth's security protocols and movements from this piece. They refused, and they published anyway. And as you mentioned, that doesn't just put him at risk. That puts his children, his extended family, his wife at risk, and the agents that put their lives on the line to protect him every single day. We are living in a heightened threat environment. The president had 2 assassination attempts on his life. We have 1,000% increase in ICE agent assaults across the country. We just obliterated Iran's nuclear capabilities. This is a very tense environment. And the Army Chief Investigation Division came out and told the Washington Post, everything we have done has not been at Secretary Hegseth's request. It is on an assessment of the threat environment and at our recommendation. So this is ridiculous journalism, and it is putting people at risk. It's shameful from the Washington Post.
Yeah, I wouldn't even classify it as journalism. It looks like nothing I've ever seen that is resembling journalism. Let me ask you a question. Maybe you've talked to legal counsel about this. Is it lawful for media outlets to knowingly put people's lives in danger in government? Is that legal?
That's certainly a very interesting question, and Representative Anna Paulina Luna has actually called on the FBI to look into the Washington Post for publishing this sensitive information. We are going to continue to do everything that we can to keep our personnel and top officials safe at DOD, and we welcome outside investigations, and we will comply with them if they happen. But what I can tell you is that, again, this is totally disgraceful. It is not journalism whatsoever, and it comes just days after the same outlet, the Washington Post, doxed where Secretary Noem lives when she's in D.C. So this is a trend that we're seeing, and it's very alarming.
What actions is the Pentagon willing to take to punish the Washington Post? Will their reporters be denied access to Pentagon interviews? Will the entirety of the Trump administration show solidarity with the Pentagon and treat the Washington Post the way, let's say, Democrats have treated Newsmax? They refuse to comment or answer our questions, come on this program. Will the Trump administration, at the very least, cut off their access?
I can only speak here for the DOD, and we are certainly looking at all options, and we'll consider all options. But going forward, we are going to make sure that we are engaging with outlets that absolutely are committed to telling the truth. Outlets like Newsmax that are wanting to truly tell the story of all the amazing things Secretary Hegseth and President Trump are doing for this administration. The Washington Post and their allies in the left-wing media cannot stand that we are refocusing on lethality, on war fighting. We're getting rid of left-wing ideology in the Pentagon, and we're getting back to basics. They absolutely hate that, and they're attacking us for it at every turn. So if they continue to, we will make sure that we give access to folks who tell the truth.
Tell the Secretary I appreciate the work he's doing. Kingsley Wilson, thank you very much. Appreciate the time. You know, folks, I thank God for my wonderful wife, my kids, my country, the greatest nation ever. And Americans like you who believe in the truth, the Chris Salcedo Show will never stop fighting for you.
The Chris Salcedo Show, for the news you need to know.